Very good Saturday evening to all our viewers. Well, this is the weekend edition of Primetime News. I'm Joel Outscoon. Well, we are coming to you live and direct this evening from the Newsfirst studios here in Colombo. And we have a comprehensive report of all stories lined up just for you this evening, ranging from locals to internationals, and also a comprehensive in-depth analysis into sporting news. Well, without much further ado, let's start off with a look at the headlines.
Dengue on the rise in Kenya. Mahinda Samarasinghe comments on dual citizenship.
මම කිසි විටක වෙනත් රටක පුරවැසි භාවයක් අරන් නැහැ.
A revelation by the JVP on the sale of public enterprises.
වකත්තල් මේ කර්මාශාලාවක කරන දේ නෙවෙයි. මේ ආයෝජකයන් රටේ සම්පත් ප්‍රමාණයක් විකුණලා කීයක් කරවා ගන්න එක.
AG files indictments against former minister Mahindananda Alutgamage.
Well, we start off today with our top story this evening. Well, the threat of dengue is spreading fast in the district of Trincomalee, with 13 deaths been reported in Kenya. This is a Newsfirst special report on the situation in Trincomalee.
A picturesque location that lies on the eastern coastline, Kenya is home to 75,435 persons whose primary source of income are fisheries and agriculture. With its 31 Gram Seva divisions, Kenya is considered to be a high population density area in the Trincomalee district. 1,619 dengue patients were reported over the past 3 months from the Trincomalee district, and a majority were residents from Kenya. During the past 24 hours, 46 dengue patients were reported from the Kenya MOH division, while the total number of dengue patients during the first 3 months of the year stands at 960. MOH of Kenya, Dr. Ajit Abdul Mahjid, said that 12 deaths were reported in the area during the same time period. Chief Medical Officer of the Kenya-based hospital, Dr. Abdul Halim Samin, said that over 1,000 patients have received treatment at the hospital so far. At present, a special dengue prevention unit from Colombo has joined the staff of Kenya-based hospital to conduct a number of activities.
We hope to provide people with a good service and minimize their inconvenience. The doctors who are looking into these patients are well experienced in treating dengue patients.
Doctors.
12 dengue patients have died in the area under my jurisdiction. We are taking speedy measures to control this situation. We can see that the situation can be brought under control within a week.
With the spread of dengue, 66 schools in the area were closed on the 15th of this month. Education Director of Kenya, Ahmed Lebe, noted that teachers and students are among dengue patients.
Your life, our news.
And in news from the President's Diary this evening, President Maithripala Sirisena presided over an event to recruit 500 new dengue eradication officers who will assist in minimizing the spread of dengue.
The letters of appointment were presented at the Independence Square to 500 individuals who completed a training course on dengue eradication.
බස්නාහිර පළාත කල්මුනේ වැනි ප්‍රදේශවලට අමතරව
Cases of dengue have been reported from the Western Province, Kalmune and the Trincomalee district. Recently, Cabinet approved the recruitment of 1,500 personnel to assist in the eradication program. The first batch of 500 recruits from the Western Province were presented with letters of appointment. We will recruit the other 1,000 persons from other districts and work towards reducing the threat of dengue by the end of the year.
ඩෙන්ගි මේ ව්‍යාප්තිය ඉතාමත්ම අඩු අවම මට්ටමකට ගෙනීම සඳහා.
And on to a story that we at Newsfirst have been closely monitoring and following on. And on to a latest update on this now. Third officer of the liberated oil tanker Aries 13, Dilip Ranavira, says the 8 Sri Lankan seamen are safe at the Busasa port, and a date cannot yet be given on when they will return to the island.
The ship will be berthed tomorrow. We are currently anchored off the coast. We cannot be certain when we will come back to Sri Lanka. There is a handling procedure that needs to be followed. We can only return when a crew that would replace us boards the ship.
Jacqueline Sharif, spokesperson for the EU Naval Forces, says that a warship dropped off supplies to the Aries 13 vessel today.
Morning, yesterday, one of our warships, whose friendship we call by EU Naval Force warship, he went to help the Aries 13. Aries 13 was on her way to the cafe, having been freed by the pirates. And as she was transiting towards the cafe, our warship, the Friendship in Quebec, went close by to the Irish crew and sent a small boat, one of our small boats, went alongside the Irish crew and spoke to the crew, made sure that they were safe and they were okay. We gave them some food and some water, and we said to them, are they okay? And they said they were all fine and that they were looking forward to getting back to port and being able to speak to their families.
Well, now addressing an event in Galle today, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe commented on the economy. The event held to declare open the Silver Star Bridge in Nelluwa Galle was graced by the Prime Minister. This government was elected to bring about democracy. Anyone can use profanity against us, even on platforms like Facebook. There isn't a day that goes by where we are not scolded. It won't harm us. The only time it will affect us is when there's an election. We need to bring about peace in the country. We cannot let people die once again. We need to move forward as Sri Lankans, and that is why other countries are supporting us. Next, we need to develop education. We are looking into making 13 years of school mandatory. We are also focusing on promoting economy. We are starting this from the south. The Hambantota report has been approved and the work has commenced. We are hoping to create several more tourist zones here. The development will spread on to the other areas including Colombo and Kandy. Well, JVP General Secretary Thelwyn Silva claims that national resources are being sold off under the guise of investments. Now, he expressed these views during an event held in Galle today.
They speak of investments, but what are these investments? No one is going to come and invest here. What they describe as investments is simply revenue generation through the sale of national resources. What are they going to sell? They're planning on selling the Hambantota port, the eastern jetty at the Colombo harbour, 15,000 acres in Hambantota, Sri Lankan Airlines, the graphite mine in Kahatagaha, the oil tanks in Trincomalee, the mineral reserves in Pulmude, and several other state enterprises. They also want to sell off the Fisheries Corporation. They want to sell off the state enterprises and generate some revenue in dollars. Or they want to go for more loans. The government only knows how to tax the people and obtain loans.
විකුණන එක බදු ගහන එක දඩ ගහන එක සහ ණය ගන්න එක ඇරෙන්න ආණ්ඩුවට මොකක්ද උත්තරයක් නැහැ.
Your life, our news.
Well, if you just tuned on to Primetime Weekend News, well, we are taking a look at some local news this evening. Well, let me quickly give you a recap of the headlines this evening. Now, dengue is in the rise in Kenya, and, well, this is a very serious issue, and the rise has increased. And as a remedy to this, President Maithripala Sirisena has made several recruitments in order to curb this disease. And also, Mahinda Samarsinghe comments on dual citizenship. And also, JVP made a startling revelation on the sale of public enterprises. Well, we are going to shift your attention onto another headline-making story this evening. Now, the Attorney General has filed indictments against former Minister Mahindananda Aluthkamage. Now, these indictments have been filed against Mahindananda Aluthkamage because he was unable to disclose the manner in which he was able to spend 27 million rupees to purchase property in Colombo. The indictments have been filed under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. Indictments have also been filed against Aluthkamage in connection to the breach of regarding 3.9 million rupees of Sri Lanka Nidahas Workers Congress. The indictments were filed at the Colombo High Court and will be taken up in the near future. Meanwhile, the 22nd Udagammana, which was built under the Samata 7 program of the Ministry of Housing and Construction, was vested in the public today. The village constructed in the Galvava Grama Seva division in Hambantota has been named Sarajayagama. Financial aid for this project, which was vested in the public today, was provided by private donors. We accept that we did not build ports which did not create employment opportunities. We did not build airports where planes didn't land. We did not build cricket grounds that can be used for weddings. But we will not accept that we did not do anything. If someone challenges us and claims that we have not done anything, I would invite them to come tour the country with me. We are proud to say that with the opening of this village, the number of Udagamana projects initiated in the whole country rises to 354. Well, now, 3 persons who were at a bus stop at the Egoda Uyana area in Moratuwa died today following an accident. Now, the accident took place along the Gaul Road when a bus collided with a lorry. The lorry which met with this accident had gone on to collide with a nearby bus stop, claiming the lives of 3 persons. Well, meanwhile, speaking to reporters, Minister Mahinda Samarasinha commented on the 2-year extension granted for the implementation of the UNHRC resolution adopted in 2015.
The අවසන් වෙලා දැන් එච්චර ලොකු කාලයක් නැහැ තාම 2009 ඉඳලම බැලුවම
It's been a mere 8 years since the end of the war. The previous government as well as the present government have taken measures regarding the resolution. The present government has taken many steps to strengthen the reconciliation process. The journey is not over. Nothing can be done at once. 2 years is not enough. One must not forget that economic and social stability was created in this country at a time when it was not stable at all. Thousands of lives were sacrificed to liberate this country. We are not prepared to make the country unstable. The President, Prime Minister and the government have taken a firm stance on this.
කිසිත් මීට දෙන්න බෑ. ඒ පැහැදිලි ස්ථාවරේ ජනාධිපතිතුමත් ඉන්නවා, අගමැතිතුමත් ඉන්නවා, අපේ රජයත් ඉන්නවා. මම බොහොම පැහැදිලිව කියන්නම්.
The minister also responded to an allegation made by MP Geetha Kumarasinghe at a media briefing recently.
මට දැන් අවුරුදු 61යි. මේ අවුරුදු 61ේම මම දරපු එකම පුරවැසිභාවය තමයි.
I am 61 years old and during my entire life I have only held the Sri Lankan citizenship. I have never obtained citizenship from any other country. I don't believe that politicians should obtain citizenship of other countries. You cannot compare this motherland to any other country. I state with responsibility and one can get even information from the embassy. How can she make such allegations? I can even take legal action against her. She is emotional and must have made this statement in an attempt to justify her claims. I am aware of her ways. If she says anything else, I will have to take legal action against her.
දැන් ඉතින් එතුමියක් දන්නවනේ. ඒක වැරදි කියලා. ඉතින් මීට පස්සේ මොකක් හරි කරොත් තමයි අත වශයෙන්ම මට නීතිය ක්‍රියාත්මක කරන්න සිද්ධ වෙන්නේ එතුමියට විරුද්ධව.
Well, this is the weekend edition of Primetime News. Well, I would like to pose a question to you. Has the government appointed competent people to carry out mega projects in the ICT sector? Well, this topic was taken up for debate on the Saturday program, which was aired on our sister channel, Sirasa TV, last night.
Free Wi-Fi then
They tried to provide free Wi-Fi. Where is this free Wi-Fi? Do you have free Wi-Fi? Do I enjoy that facility? Do the people of Colombo enjoy that facility? If the balloon crashed, they should have gone ahead with the remaining process of the project. They should have carried out steps to make it a success. Instead, what are they doing? The CEO who carried out this failed project has been reappointed for another 2-year term. When large-scale projects such as this are handed over to deal makers or institutions run by them, there is a risk involved. Be it Rubabhaini, Sirasa, the Rajrata service or the communication system of the Ministry of Defence. All these systems will be controlled by this company. If they wanted, the TRC could have signed this agreement with Google. They could have said, here is the project, give us free Wi-Fi. Without doing this, this was an attempt to hand over the spectrum to a company that was established in a hurry with only 2 directors. The President has informed in writing to appoint this person only as a director of ICTA. This CEO, Mohandan Kanege, when the President issues instructions to appoint him only as a director, the Minister appoints him as the CEO. The Minister in that case has more powers than the President. The Minister's party is the UMP. So then the agenda of the UMP is to be carried out.
What you are saying is that the President instructed not to appoint Mohandan Kanege as the CEO.
If you take a look at where these people have been in the recent past, they have come to the country wherever UMP government came into power. They were not in the country until then. Why? They are connected to various deals. They were abroad all this time. They come and become the CEO. He has a business operation that is involved in the communication sector. How can a person like that be the chief of the ICTA? There is a conflict of interest.
Let's leave aside the business rackets for a moment. The national security of this country is a serious issue.
The president, as the Minister of Defence, has asked that he be appointed only as a director because of the public opinion about this person. That is why he said this person must not be appointed as the CEO.
What you are saying is that the president instructed not to appoint Muhundan Kanage as the CEO.
The president won the vote of the whole country, but the country is ruled by the Prime Minister who won only the votes from Colombo. When the power is given for only 5 years, they sell the country like they are going to stay for 100 years. The spectrum, the central bank, the land in Hambantota and other government institutions that are held by the government are being sold. The bond scam resulted in losses over 200 billion. Perpetual treasuries robbed 15 billion off the EPF account. The money is in other accounts today. Dr. Manod Gambage, who is an expert in the information communication technology sector, states that competent and suitable people should be appointed to carry out mega projects in the ICT sector.
This is an issue that concerns the whole country. The government appoints their allies to critical places and critical positions. What should happen is they should look for suitable people, the people who carry out that particular duty and people who have experience in this regard. They should at least advertise the matter on the papers. It should have some competitiveness and everyone who is qualified should be able to apply. They should approach it like the private sector does. If they do this, it will help them develop the country faster.
සුදුසුකම් තියෙන අධ්‍යක්ීම් තියෙන පුද්ගලයෝ පත් කරනවා නම් මේ රට සංවර්ධනය කරන්න ගොඩක් උදව් වෙයි කියලා මම හිතනවා.
Well, a press conference was organized by the group of Canadian parliamentarians and business delegates who arrived in the country as part of a Sri Lanka mission for the Canada-Sri Lanka Business Convention.
We have been fortunate to have met the President, to meet different ministers, governors, CMs of different provinces, MPs of different provinces, civil society and business colleagues. And that, what we have observed is that there is a willingness, an appetite for investment, an appetite for peace, an appetite to live in harmony. Canada is here to stand by its friend, the Sri Lankan people, to enable them to reconcile, to build capacity, and to move forward. And in that, Canada had committed $11.2 million for the official languages, and it is also working with the Desjardins Group and a partner in Sri Lanka to help with youth employment and getting youth ready for the jobs of the future.
Now you have a peace process in place. You have great opportunity to catch up to places that are booming and making the most of research and development. And I think that has incredible implications for your youth, because any time that you invest in your youth and their training and education, it is a wise investment. And I saw the beginnings of that here, and I'm very encouraged by that.
The Canadian parliamentarians also spoke on the political situation in the country.
So from a political perspective, stability of a country is very important. So for example, there are opportunities. If you look at a place like India, the CPP investment fund that we have has billions of dollars. It works in India. Will it work in Sri Lanka? Yes, Sri Lankan, we have asked Sri Lankan ministers to go out there and sell Sri Lanka. It is important to get out of Sri Lanka and sell Sri Lanka as a place of opportunity. Because if this is the best kept secret, then nobody's going to invest, right? So hopefully the people will work together and keep their political personal politics aside, and work for the people to move the country forward.
Well, and the limited overs of the Battle of the Blues, now St. Thomas's College, Mount Lavinia retained the Mustangs Trophy after defeating Royal College by 11 runs today. Incidentally, this was the fourth consecutive year that the Thomians won the Mustangs Trophy. Well, played at the SSC grounds in Colombo, Royal College skipper Helitha Withanage won the toss and invited the Thomians to bat first. St. Thomas College, Mount Lavinia posted 258 runs for the loss of 7 wickets in their 50 overs. Raviti Kodituaku top scored with a 95, while skipper Ramesh Nilam chipped in with 52 runs. Helitha Withanage bagged 4 wickets for 42 runs, while Ganitha Sandeep picked up 2 wickets for 45 runs. While chasing a target of 259 runs, Royal College Colombo could only reach 247 runs for the loss of 9 wickets in their 50 overs. Timothy Senaratna top scored for the Royalists with 75 runs. Lakudinana Karra scored 44 runs, while Ashane Wickramasinghe chipped in with 26 runs. Pavitra Ratnakar picked up 3 wickets for 37 runs. Well, let's take a look at some other big matches that were played across the island today.
The 112th lovers' quarrel in between Richmond College and Mahinda College ended in a draw today. Played at the Galle International Cricket Stadium, batting first, Richmond College posted 184 runs all out in their first essay, to which Mahinda Vidyalaya responded with 180 all out. When play came to a close today, batting in their second innings, Richmond College Galle were 205 runs for the loss of 1 wicket. The 11th Battle of the Maroons in the Hill Capital, played between Kingswood College Kandy and Dharmaraja College Kandy, ended in a draw today. The match was played at the Pallekele International Cricket Grounds. Batting first, Kingswood College posted 167 runs all out, to which the Rajans replied with 161 runs. At close of play today, Kingswood College batting their second innings of 102 runs for the loss of 1 wicket.
Well, we are heading back to some more local news this evening. Now, we mentioned to you about an incident which transpired in Moratuwa about an accident. Well, we now have received the visuals with us and we are ready to air it to you. Well, 3 persons who were at a bus stop in the Egoda Uyen area in Moratuwa died today following an accident. Now, a tense situation erupted this afternoon opposite the Moratuwa police station after the accident. The accident took place along the Galle Road when a bus collided with a lorry. The lorry which met with the accident had gone on to collide with a nearby bus stop, claiming the lives of 3 persons. Well, the visuals which you're just witnessing is a tense situation which unfolded after the accident. Well, we now are with our possession the visuals which we are receiving from Moratuwa.